Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Bookworm. It's me, Nina, your bookworm, and today I kind of wanted to go over a review of the Kindle Unlimited app. So like I said before, I plan on reviewing a lot of Kindle Unlimited books, but I think the best place to start with that is to kind of give you my overall impression of the service, the app itself. So I typically do most of my reading through my phone. I have the Kindle app on there, which, let's see, I'm gonna show it to you guys. So it just kind of like looks like this, and I have had that app on a lot of my different devices through the years. So I've had it on iPads, I've had it on my phone for many years. I even have used it on a PC. But I really didn't use it as much as I have here lately because I do tend to prefer like a real book. I'm old-fashioned, I guess. I'm old, and so I do prefer a real book, so it's, just didn't use the app quite as much as I use it now. But like I have said before, I am a mom, and it's kind of hard to always make time to read during the day, so I found myself just not reading a lot, and I missed the hobby so much, and I would use excuses like, during summer break I'll read, but I mean, it didn't happen because I still was super busy. And then at night, when I do have time to read, typically I'm laying with my daughter or my husband's trying to fall asleep. And so I don't really I don't want to turn the light on and not be mindful of other people trying to sleep because I'll read late. And then I've tried like those little clip light things, but for whatever reason, they just don't I just don't really like them. So I just found myself not reading. And I'd had the Kindle app on my phone for a long time, and I even had the Kindle Unlimited thing. I looked at my history, and I actually have had that service since 2017, but didn't really use it until now. I think I signed up for it accidentally and didn't even pay it much attention. I'm gonna kind of go through what I think of the Kindle Unlimited app and some drawbacks that I have dealt with, and then just like some positives for me. So first, Kindle. Okay, Kindle app, you can add it to, I think, anything. It's free. I personally really like the app. I never really used it to its full potential until recently, but now that I use it a lot, I was I play with it a lot more. And so it kind of looks like this. It has like my library, and then it also has like recommendations on there. It sends me notifications of like things I could read next that are kind of books similar to a book maybe I have just finished. So it's given me some ideas. I love that. I also like, I'm trying to show you, the reading insights. So it allows you to set a goal of how many books you'd like to read a year, and kind of helps you keep track of those, how many weeks in a row you've been reading, how many days in a row. So it shows you just kind of where you are. It gives you that concrete evidence of how much you're reading. And so if you are competitive in nature at all, or if you are a goal setter, I think that these reading insights are just really motivating. So for me, I just don't want to miss a day because I just want to keep beating my last record. And so that's been good for me. And then I also let me open my book. So I like the black background with white letters. It just appeals to me. At night, I put on the night light or whatever it is. It doesn't hurt my eyes. But there's all these options at the top where you can change just kind of how it looks, the darkness, the brightness. And so I like that because my eyes are super sensitive, and I don't want it to be like a night beacon in the night in the bedroom when I'm reading. So those are some positives. Super convenient. It's, like I said, I've downloaded it everywhere. Lots of options, like paid options, pretty much on Amazon. If you go and you click, it'll tell you like Kindle edition and like the price for that. So lots of books that are just like right there. You just download them, you don't have to wait for them. So I like that. With Kindle, like I said, I have the Kindle Unlimited. So Kindle Unlimited is $10 a month, $9.99 I think, a month, and you just are given all of these free books to choose from. It's kind of almost like a library. You can have 10 titles at once, and once you hit that, you do have to return a book, and then you can check out a new one. So you can try a book that maybe you maybe wouldn't have bought, but you would like to read. So it's just nice to have a lot of free material, especially if you don't have time to get to the library, or like that time where you can read an actual hard book. So I have had Kindle Unlimited for a while, and didn't really use it until November. But I kind of was looking and I'm like, oh my gosh, I spend $10 a month on this and I don't use it. And so I kind of told myself, like, let's use it for a couple more months and see if it makes financial sense. And if not, we'll just get rid of it. Like, I don't plan on not reading, but I'm not gonna spend a monthly fee for books I'm not using. So a book I popped across in my those messages I had shown you, those notifications, and I like the Stephanie Plum books, like the Private Investigator, and it was by the same author, and I needed some reading material. I wasn't really sleeping much at that point. I had my thyroid removed in September, and so I was having a really hard time sleeping at night, and I would just kind of lay there, and so it was a really great way for me to do something other than just lay there. And so I said, well, I'll try this book. And so I read it, and then it was like, okay, what can I find next? The positive is it's $10 and you can literally read as much as you read. Like, if you're an avid reader and you read a lot, it can make a ton of financial sense. And one day I'll shoot a quick video of just like how much I've saved overall, put each price of each book and kind of give you guys that representation. I don't have that information right now, and I don't want to give it to you right now, but I will do that for you guys. So it does, for me, someone who reads 2 to 3 books a week, maybe more on a good week, it makes sense, because even if, I mean, in 1 week it like pays for itself, because a lot of those books aren't super pricey, but just in 1 week of 3 books at $3, there you go. Like, so it covers itself. So for me, financially, it does make sense. I also like that there's a lot of different types of books on there, but I will say that that kind of leads to a downfall for me. And this is just me personally, it may be different for you, but I do a lot of my books through recommendations. So like a friend will be like, they kind of obviously know me, and so they'll say like, you're gonna love this book. And then I really wanna read it so I can compare how I feel about it to how they feel about it, and like we can talk about it and so on and so forth. But with Kindle Unlimited, it's a lot of books I haven't necessarily heard of. Like, some of them are maybe out there a little bit more, but some of them just aren't. And so I can never make a decision. I'm a Libra for sure. And so I would look at this book and I'm like, I mean, it sounds good, but it only has 4 stars. Or there'd be one with like 5 stars, great ratings, 100% good ratings. And I look at it and I'm just like, I don't know if I would like it. And so I didn't have that checks and balance of someone being like, you'll like this book, or don't waste your time, this is totally not something you're gonna like. So I had a really hard time picking books. So I started out, read a book, I'm like, oh, this is good. And so I've kind of gotten it down now because I have read so many that they recommend good books. But I think that that's a huge downfall. And so hopefully this channel, when I review those books, it will encourage some of you who maybe have similar tastes as me to try some of these books, because I think they're good. Like, some of these authors people may never really read if it wasn't for Kindle Unlimited, and they're good books. They're entertaining and they're well written, so I want people to enjoy them. So that's a downfall. Some of them just, you know, it's kind of hard to figure out what books you're gonna like. Another downfall is, like, I fell in love with a few of the books and I was recommending them to people, and they have a Nook, and like the books weren't even available to them. Some of these books, like I said, you can get them on like Amazon to get shipped to you, but you can't just go in the store and get them. So some of them, some of them I recommended, my friends are like, I can't even find this book. So that's a little frustrating, because I have definitely fallen in love with some of the books and I just like wanted everyone to read it right then. And so that was a little frustrating. I think it's fairly user-friendly. I know the couple people that I talked to that we talk books have downloaded it and they've been using the Kindle Unlimited, and it is somewhat user-friendly, but sometimes like the titles they offer are limited, so you don't see all that's out there to read, and it's sometimes hard to figure out what options you have based on just the screen they show you. So you do have to do some digging sometimes, and there have been a couple times where I've just been really stuck on what to read next, and then it kind of slows down my reading momentum. So I think that's kind of a downfall. But overall, I do think it's a great option for those of you who like to read, who like to try new books, who maybe don't always want to read those like bestsellers, or want something to kind of fill the gaps in between those. I I think if you can find channels like this who's reviewing the books, or find friends who are using it, and that you guys can start your own little book club, little tribe like that, I think would be super helpful. I do think it's cost effective. Like if you don't agree, definitely comment and explain to me like your thought process. But for me, if I'm reading at minimum 10 books a month, and most of the books I've noticed, like if I was gonna buy them, are anywhere between like $2 and $10, it definitely is financially cheaper. Now, I will say, I probably wouldn't read all of these books. Like if I wasn't on Kindle Unlimited, some of these books aren't books that I would necessarily like purchase. But I would be buying other books because I do enjoy reading. It is such a hobby of mine. So it has been cost effective for me. Yeah, I mean, please like comment below, find me on Instagram, let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you use it, how you use it. Open up my eyes to new ways if I don't know things, because I definitely want to learn more and be able to use it as effectively as possible. But subscribe to this channel. Next time you see me on screen, I will be reviewing a book. My next 2 review books are going to be the first book I read with Kindle Unlimited, which was a good book. I think that you guys will really enjoy it. And I really like this author in general, so even books beyond Kindle Unlimited, I would recommend some of her books. So I will be reviewing those, and then I also will start a review on the Reese Witherspoon book of the month. I won't review the whole book because March isn't over. It's like halfway over, and I don't want to mess with people. It's called The Jet Setters. It's a great book. I enjoyed it. So I'm gonna kind of start a discussion on that, and hopefully you guys can comment below and let me know what you think on that. And I'm going to start reviewing some kid books that will elicit that language, because looks like we might be inside for a while. And let's get to reading, y'all. Let's get to talking. Let's get to having fun and be as bookish as possible. You guys have a great day. I love you.